Hey everybody, it's Ilya, and this is Mind Body Synergilia. I hope you're doing well, and I'll be using this. This is the fan you'll be hearing because I've got some serious hot flashes. But it's been a minute since I've done the fitness check-ins, and it's been a little bit more sporadic than it was when I started. So I just wanted to. There's been a lot of things that have been going on, so I just kind of wanted to I figured it'd be easier and quicker to do a video about it. So as this website was basically for food, which I've been lax on, but it's also been my health journey, like from everything that happened with the biopsy and trying to get back to health, building muscle due to muscle atrophy because of the biopsy that I was unable to do anything, move or lift or whatever. And all those weeks, and then, I think it was 2 or 3 months where it was no physical activity, how quickly the muscles atrophied, especially since working from home, you don't do much anyway. So all this started in May. I mentioned in my previous posts, I started in May, and then I started the fitness check-ins a little bit after that. And things were going well, and then I started to notice some issues. As you know, IBS, gastritis, it's just been having the runs every day, but fine, like just loose stools. So to gradually go from loose stools to not being able to go literally at all was a concern. And even then I was like, okay, well, this is really bad, but I can get through this. But the bladder issues were the most concerning, because if you can't go, that can get into your kidneys and all this other business. So that was in my mind. I was really worried. Went to the ER. Everything's fine. On their advice and recommendation, I went to a urologist, primary doctor, gynecologist. I needed to go to all three as soon as possible to rule a lot of other things out, get tests and stuff. They all did tests. Everything came out fine. I couldn't be in more perfect health, which is great. I'm talking about it, and it actually makes me feel good that I am in perfect health, with the exception of everything that's going on physically. Like internally, we're good. It's just everything my body is falling apart. So, the physical therapist for pelvic floor, which is the issue that I have, I was diagnosed with tight pelvic muscles, which the urologist was spot on in saying because of my symptoms. But I waited, because the ones that they recommended were between $200 and $300. The insurance doesn't pay for it because it's specialized. So that that was hard, because if you're going twice a month, imagine $200, that's $400. $300 twice a month, that's $600. If you're going every week, forget it. I simply do not have that kind of money. So then I figured, let me just bite the bullet. I'll just max out my credit card and go, because I need this done. And they didn't have anything till the end of August, and the pain was so bad I just could not keep going. I found somebody, and so I'm super grateful I found somebody. They don't do internal work, because some of these places, if you have pelvic floor issues, whether it's mine, tight pelvic muscles, or where you can't hold your pee, where you're peeing on yourself, you're leaking, there's places for that, and they do have they have a some sort of object or whatever to check in there. And in my case, tight pelvic muscles, they can gauge how tight you are and then go on from there. And they do have a wand or something that is used to massage that muscle, which is in between where you pee and your anus. So it's like a little hammock. And they use that to try to stretch it out a little bit gently. But I am not into that, because I have enough pain to begin with. And B, I can't afford it. And C, even if I could, or even if I went into debt, even more debt than I'm in right now, they didn't have anything till the end of August. I simply can't wait. Couldn't wait. This lady that I'm going to now, it's great. She gave me exercises to do. And yes, they have helped in the 2 weeks that I had been doing them. However, more problems have arisen. Arisen? I don't know. And that is the hip flexors. When I was doing the exercises, the hip flexors were in a lot of pain, and I didn't realize when you're doing these exercises, these stretches, whatever, you're not supposed to be in pain. I've been so used to pain that I figured it was normal. It's not. So even before my next appointment, which was this past Wednesday, before that, I went to a urogynecologist, completely different. So it's urologist, gynecologist, all rolled up in one to evaluate me further. And, she recommended a wand, which I'm hoping to get soon. And it's called TheraWand. And it's actually an internal device that you use yourself so that you can get to that pelvic muscle and try to massage it and stretch it, so that maybe that coupled with these stretches that I'm doing will help. But getting back to the issue at hand now is my hip flexors. The pain in my back was getting worse, so I figured something's up. My chiropractor said, you might want to get this checked. And it's all stemming from this. The hip flexors was another thing. I went to my physical therapist. What did she tell me? It's not normal, and it might be hip impingement. I was so deflated, because that means that, I don't know what that means. That means a further, a longer healing time, a longer process here. The urogynecologist, on top of that, told me I can't exercise for 6 to 8 weeks. No exercise, because it can make this worse. Meaning if you're stretching your muscles, you're tightening it up again based on the exercises that you're doing. And since my arm is not healed, it's actually getting stiffer again with that shoulder impingement I already have on here that I'm trying to heal. The yoga is out, because I know the yoga I would have been able to do, because I felt like I was stretching stuff. I felt the difference. So I knew that carefully done, I could probably do that. But I can't even do that, because I can't get into down dog for long periods of time. This is significantly getting a little bit worse, which is concerning in and of itself. But now it's the hip impingement. So today I went to the sports doctor who helped me with this. They can't, they don't have x-ray machines, so that's another thing that I have to go and pay for on my own. And I don't know, based on the tests that he did, moving here, putting your leg a certain way, figure 4 type of thing, think Ric Flair, which my brother joked about. He's like, oh my God, the doctor put you in a figure 4? Was there a referee? Trying to make me laugh. And yes, it's funny, but it did hurt. And based on that pain, he says, yeah, I think it's an impingement. It sounds like it's an impingement. So I have to get x-rays for it, and the x-ray in the back, just to make sure there's nothing going on there, which really sucks. And I can't exercise. And it's more physical therapy that I have to do on top of everything else that's going on. And once we get the x-rays to see what it is, if the physical therapy doesn't work, it might be a tear. So that's another thing. So fingers crossed it's not a tear. But the other thing is, which I didn't mention before, was the physical therapist, is great. She saw how weak and tight I was, literally everywhere. But the one thing that I had a feeling, but I didn't realize it was that bad, was I have no core muscles, which is a big deal when it comes to IBS gastritis and in life, because the core muscles is so important to support you, support your back, alleviate back pain if you have a strong core. But it's so important on so many other levels. So just walking, doing things, getting up from the bed, you're not straining your neck, you're not straining anything, because you have those tight core muscles, really good. And I had no idea. It's like Jell-O there, inside and out. It's just Jell-O. So those exercises or something that I'm supposed to be doing, but I need to wait since they recommended, the urogynecologist recommended I don't exercise for 6 to 8 weeks. And core exercises can tighten a little bit the pelvic floor muscles. So I gotta wait and see now. So now basically to wait and see, I have to wait 2 weeks, continue the exercises on my own for 2 more weeks until I see the physical therapist. Hopefully by then I'll have the x-rays and we'll see where we go from there. So I'm not really sure. It's just, everything is snowballed. Like, it's not even, it's like an avalanche at this point of injuries because of one incident. And it's hard to think about it, and I'm trying to move past it, but every time I move past it, which I did, I was doing the glider, the exercises, the yoga. I was there. I was doing really well. I had so much positivity, so much excitement, and then just smack, again. So it's, it sucks. It really sucks. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. I mean, there's literally nothing I can do about it. It's like everything is out of my hands at this point. It's just trying to shut down that intense depression that wants to come through, that dark hole that's opening up, making room for me to dive in. But it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress, but it's been hard, and it's been a lot of pain that I've been in, and the pain just does me in, and the exhaustion does me in, because all of this not being able to pee, then peeing a little here, a little there, and at night it's worse. I barely get any sleep. I'm getting up 3 to 4 times a night, and with the hot flashes, poof, forget it. The other day, I slept 2 or 3 hours, and that was it. I was an emotional mess, which happens with no sleep, and I was forgetting stuff even more so than I am now with the perimenopause. That's got that brain fog. Oh my God, it's a smog in there. And so that's where we're at. That's where we're at. So other people are worse off. I get it. And in life, everyone's got their own cross to bear. Everyone's going through something. Everyone's going through something, and it's may not be fair, and it sucks, but what choice do we have? We just have to get through it. So right now I've shut down a little bit, which I tend to do. I kind of retreat into my turtle shell for a lot of different reasons. But yeah, the pain has been pretty intense, and my stomach's been kind of like, I don't know. My stomach's been off, which is something I should be used to by now, but oh goodness. So that is my fitness check-in for today. I did walk a lot, only because I had to get to my appointments and kind of like hustle, so I felt the tightness, just those muscles, I just felt it. I just felt them just starting to go like this. So I got to do my exercises tonight, and hopefully that'll alleviate. I'm not making things worse by, doing the speed walking today, getting to where I needed to go. And that's it. So I will start posting, probably, focus on the food and other things, because honestly, even if nobody watches, even if no one's looking at my website that's turned off, that's okay, because I'm doing this, and even if one person sees this and one person gets inspired by something that I cooked, or gets inspired by whatever, the videos that I do, it's something. But, for me personally, it's like my public diary. And when I was doing it, it helped. It actually made me feel good. But that's how it is. That's life. And you just got to get through it as best you can, because tomorrow's a new day, and you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. So I hope it brings me the lotto, because I don't know, I'm going to pay for all of this. Oh God. But Anyway, we'll figure it out. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'll be posting a recipe most likely tomorrow. Not sure which one, but there's a couple that I think you'll like. So have a good weekend, my Phoenixes, and you got this. You got something you're going through? That's okay. You'll get through it, just as I'm gonna get through this. It's just a blip in life. You'll get through it. We will get through it. Good night, my Phoenixes. Until next time.